Hello and welcome to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Tanya and I am an integrative coach and a somatic healing practitioner. And in today's video, I'm going to be guiding you through a somatic meditation. This is going to be great if you suffer from stress or anxiety or symptoms of PTSD or CPTSD, and you really have trouble kind of being in the present moment and managing the present moment because it feels like you're constantly being hijacked by thoughts or paranoia or stress or anxiety or any kind of real mental discomfort. This is a practice that I use quite a lot in the space of my private one-to-one coaching sessions. So I thought it would be a great meditation and guided practice to actually make available to the public. Please do be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell as well so you can stay up to date with all of the latest videos I post. By doing this, by subscribing, by liking, by commenting, you'll also be spreading this video to others that might really need the support. So I really do appreciate your help with getting this out there, this free resource out there to those that may be suffering and need this right now. And of course, I thank you for bringing awareness and attention to the channel. And just a short disclaimer before we get into the practice. I just want to acknowledge that there may be a few people who might feel a lot of discomfort through going through some somatic meditation like this or any kind of guided somatic practice. If at any point you feel any kind of nausea or dizziness or any kind of physical discomfort like that, it may potentially be a sign of unprocessed or unintegrated trauma that is stuck in your body, and it is possible that this practice could trigger some of that trauma. And if you feel as though it is too much for you to handle going into that space, I invite you to pause the meditation and to really bring some really deep nourishment and self-care to your body and to your being. That might mean getting a glass of water. That might mean taking a lot of conscious breaths. That might mean laying in fetal position on the floor, okay? Whatever you need to soothe yourself back into a state of safety, do what you need to do. If you do have very uncomfortable symptoms through this, I really encourage you to seek support through a qualified professional. If you resonate with my presence on this video, please feel free to reach out to me. I am a certified trauma-informed coach, and I offer anyone who is interested in coaching a free initial discovery call. So if that's something you would like to explore, please do hit me up. Now that we've got all of that out of the way, I would like to invite you to find a very comfortable space to spend the next few minutes together. That might be sitting in a chair, that might be sitting on the floor, on a yoga mat. If you're in bed, I would encourage you to roll out of bed, even if it means being on the ground beside bed with a blanket and a cushion. We just want to create sort of a conscious space for you to exist in and contain you as we move through this practice. And once you've made yourself comfortable, I'm going to ask you to take the 3 deepest breaths you've taken so far today. And I'm going to invite you to keep your eyes open as you take these breaths. And I would encourage you to keep your eyes open throughout this whole practice. Just breathing deeply. And maybe just connecting to the room that you're in, the space that you're in, whatever the environment that you're in is, just connecting with the space. That might mean looking around, taking in the environment, taking in the space that's holding you in this practice right now. Maybe becoming aware of the seat or the ground that is supporting you, that is holding you. Noticing where your body makes contact with where you are seated. Noticing the seat supporting your back, your spine. Just becoming aware of the fact that you're being held. You're being held not only by the seat, but you're being held by the space that you're in. And maybe just looking around now and acknowledging really deeply and consciously the space that is supporting you and containing you. Allowing your eyes to remain open and to possibly wander around the space. And just noticing where your eyes are drawn to. Maybe it's a particular color, or maybe you're noticing a certain texture that feels just easy to gaze at. Whatever it is that's capturing your gaze, allow your gaze to be held here. And just taking in another very, very deep breath. Just noticing what your body may be experiencing as you connect to the environment that's supporting you and holding you right now. Just acknowledging what's going on internally as you make contact with the external space. And as you begin to bring your awareness internally, whilst simultaneously remaining engaged with your external environment through your breath and through having your eyes open, you might start to become aware of certain levels of comfort as well as certain levels of discomfort within your body. And just know that that's okay. I want you to acknowledge any spaces of tension or discomfort that may be present or that may be arising in this moment. Just acknowledging it. Might be a pain in your neck. It might be a thought. It might be something that's on your to-do list for later today. I want you to acknowledge whatever stress or anxiety or discomfort is arising, taking note that this is there and that it's okay. Taking a deep breath in and allowing your breath to create more space inside of yourself, more space to contain any format of discomfort or dis-ease or tension or stress that may exist inside of you. And just coming back to the space that you're in once again, connecting to the safety of the environment, holding you and supporting you. Bringing your eyes back to anything in the room that evokes a sense of ease or safety. Just connecting with that again if you've lost that contact, or if you've somehow managed to close your eyes, I invite you now to open them again. Gazing at something in the space that captures you. And as you connect with that thing that captures your gaze, that thing that captures your consciousness, I want you to notice what happens to any of the tension or discomfort inside of your body as you make contact with the thing in your external environment that provides you comfort, safety, just in being engaged with it with your eyes. Notice if any subtle shifts or changes inside of your body as you allow yourself to be held by the safety and the comfort of the space that you're in. And just inviting you now to take another deep breath, creating more space around your body, creating more space inside of your being to hold everything that is showing up right now. And just acknowledging and reminding yourself that in this moment, there is enough space inside of you to hold it all, even if it's just for this moment. You have the capacity to hold all that is showing up. And if it feels like you don't, I invite you to take a very deep breath and allow that breath to travel to all of the spaces in your mind or in any other place in your body that you may be holding some tension. Just sending your breath there and noticing how the space expands around the tension as you focus your breath in that direction. And now just become aware of what has changed as a result of you taking this breath. Just acknowledging any shifts that have occurred inside of you. Any shifts, as subtle as they may be, that occur where there was once tension or where there still is tension. Just noticing if in any way that tension has changed its shape or form or feeling. Maybe noticing if that tension or stress or discomfort has moved from one place in your body to another. And I invite you to maintain your connection with your space and your environment. Really acknowledging that you are anchored into this present moment, that you are anchored into the safety of this space, holding you, supporting you, nurturing you, containing you and any and all stress and anxiety and discomfort that resides in you. And as you acknowledge that, I want you to become aware of the stress and the anxiety inside of you and how it is impacted as a result of being supported by the room or the space or the environment that you're in. Become aware of what is going on inside of your body right now. Become aware of what happens as you create more conscious space through your breath inside of your being to hold all that there is inside of you, the comfort and the discomfort, the ease and the dis-ease. Just noticing what happens when you create space for both of these things to exist. Noticing what happens when, instead of trying to run away from stress or anxiety, you actually create more space and capacity within your internal and external environment for it to be contained, for it to be acknowledged, and for it to be nurtured. Just taking another very deep breath to create more of this space to nurture any of the stress or anxiety that's still inside of you. I invite you to, again, just gaze around your environment. Taking deep, conscious breaths as you do so. Acknowledging this energy that you are now basking in within the present moment. Acknowledging that you've committed to remaining present with yourself despite any anxiety or stress or tension that may be with you right now. acknowledging that you've created space both internally and externally to hold all that there is here in the now. Just taking a moment to really acknowledge that you have sat with everything that has arisen within these last few minutes, and that you've been safe, that you've been okay, you've been supported, and you've been held. You've had the capacity, the strength, the resilience, the resources to be with yourself, to be with it all. And maybe you've connected with something you weren't expecting to connect to. Maybe you've connected with a bit more peace, with a bit more comfort than you were expecting to make contact with. And if you didn't, that's perfectly fine. Sometimes presence is equally about connecting with the discomfort, acknowledging it, being with it, whilst being conscious, as it is about connecting and accessing a space of peace and comfort. What we've done in this exercise and in this meditation is connected to the duality and the neutrality of the present moment, in which we can encounter both comfort and discomfort. And the purpose of this technique is to establish a practice into your day-to-day life to maintain presence no matter what emotion or sensation or tension or thought may arise. You always have the capacity to create more space within yourself. You always have the capacity to really orient yourself to your environment, to feel a little bit more supported, to remind yourself that you are safe, to remind yourself that you can breathe, to create more space within yourself, to allow what is there to simply be there. One last breath with me. Maybe just wiggling your toes and your fingers. Becoming aware once again of the seat or the ground that is holding you, that has held you these last few minutes. Acknowledging the space that you're in right now. Connecting to the presence that is here in the moment. Connecting to the energy that is both yours and the environment's. And thanking yourself to committing to this space, to being here with yourself. And you can come back to this at any time. Anytime you feel you cannot get a handle on managing any tension that is surfacing, you can always come back to this video as a reminder that there is always the capacity to create more space. So guys, I thank you for tuning in. I hope this brought you a little bit more peace and a little bit more presence. And if it did, please do let me know. And I thank you for clicking on this video and joining me today. Until next time, peace out.